Welcome to the 5th International Conference of Contemporary Affairs in Architecture and Urbanism, May 2022. The impact of placemaking to revitalize the identity of the coastal city is the title of this research paper. This paper is presented by Professor Muhammad Hassan Atwa, Professor Dr. Shayma Ali, and Engineer Nurhan Al-Suhafi. Coastal public space is a feature space of urban coastal communities and one of the distinguishing features of coastal cities. And as individuality has been disregarded, similar metropolitan designs are the result, making coastal cities look very similar to each other. The loss of identity may be traced back to a number of causes that have been overlooked for far too long. Similarity in design for cities in general and coastal public space in particular, despite the natural distinctiveness and local lifestyle. Failure in design and management for a rich public space in terms of activities, space forms, and time efficiency. Lack of appreciation and awareness for place identity and construction and design system. The pictures here display the coastal public spaces in different cities. The term identity refers to a set of characteristics that serve to define a particular thing. Furthermore, the natural and artificial features of a city, as well as its social, cultural, and historical characteristics, are classified as urban identity. The most obvious and impressive of these characteristics is the city's identity. Every feature that distinguishes one city from another and makes it appear different is counted as a city's identity component. There are specific conditions that help in forming the identity of the city. They are cultural heritage or traditions, the quality and character of society's needs, factors caused by geographical, climatic, and topographic conditions, technology produced by the nation, the ability to adapt to changing conditions. Urban identity is a blend of the physical heritage, local culture, and geographical context overlaid with perceived remembrances. Furthermore, city identity is a combination of the aspirations and experiences of the citizens and those who visit. The sense of place and identity is reflected in an understanding of both the wider city region and specific physical places. Concepts that constitute urban identity are gathered under two main headings as environmental and social identity. Furthermore, the elements of the city identity are further classified into three main elements. These are nature, human, and human-made. Coastal public space, which is regarded a feature space of urban coastal communities and one of the distinguishing aspects of coastal cities, is critical to explore natural values, human and human-made qualities from which proper designs are made for space. These are apparent factors that have a direct impact on human perception. They have also brought to the community and the place an outstanding atmosphere and have reflected the indispensable needs of outdoor public spaces in the city. This has been brought through the activities of local people, from daily activities to periodical festivals. Placemaking as a tool is a term that has begun to be used in the 1970s, particularly by architects and planners, to describe the process of creating spaces, squares, public parks, streets, and waterfronts that would attract people because they are fun and interesting. Placemaking is a movement which seeks to improve public spaces in towns and cities. This is done by involving the local community in the design, to create places which are welcoming to citizens, which facilitate social interactions, and are pleasing to both the experience, quality, identity, and character of the place. This criterion's place diagram was created by the PPS and includes 4 sections. The 4 sections are access and linkage, comfort and image, uses and activities, and society. They serve as the cornerstone of place-making applications. The matrix shows the relationship between the place-making and identity. The selection criteria for the case studies was analyzed through many factors. These include development of public spaces attached to the coastline, different geographical locations along different seas and oceans, their use and whether they permanently or temporarily are activated through vital projects. The methodology used in analyzing the project of the case study undergoes 4 main steps: defining the selected project, documenting and analyzing the project, urban placemaking and identity analysis, and lastly, the pros and cons. The analyzed projects are Konyaaltı Coastline, Antalya, Turkey; Wilmington Coastline in Los Angeles; Tel Aviv Coastline in Tel Aviv; Puerto Vallarta Coastline in Mexico; and lastly, Jeddah's coastline in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. All the mentioned case studies were defined, documented in detail, analyzed in terms of urban dimensions as well as placemaking and identity components. Lastly, the pros and cons for each project have been outlined. To conclude, the learned lessons were: improving the coastline through placemaking can attract investors and tourists to the area, as a result, revitalize the local economy. Development of the coastline through the placemaking also promotes social justice by mixing different housing patterns for different income levels within a single region. The development of the coastline through placemaking also promotes social justice by combining different dwelling types for different income levels within a same region, as well as providing low-cost entertainment and coastal public spaces. The development of the coastline through placemaking contributes to the enhancement of a local identity based on art and culture, as it seeks to shape the urban environment around arts and cultural activities that are relevant to the region's culture. And lastly, placemaking promotes an active and healthy lifestyle by creating sustainable environments. It encourages people to walk, bike, or take public transportation instead of driving, which minimizes pollution. The design guideline provides improvement proposals in terms of access and linkage, use as an activity, comfort and image, sociability, and identity. To put it simply, this is done by improving accessibility, providing an active recreational coastline, providing a space which is comfortable and has a good image, creating strong relationships between society and place, and lastly, enhancing a local identity of the place based on art and culture.